Hello.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm good. Thank you. How are you?
Doing great. You're one of the newest members, I do believe. In
I joined yesterday.
yeah. So welcome. Appreciate you joining.
I just started growing. I can say it's been almost 6 months since I started,
Okay.
but then I was growing for myself and didn't expand so much. But now I'm thinking of going to the retail or restaurant. So I watched a couple of your videos. It
Awesome.
was great, very helpful. And so I found this forum joined to get many insights from everyone and tips from everyone. And here I am.
Awesome. So what are you growing? What are you have you how many varieties are you growing and
Yeah, I just started with 6 varieties now. I have pea shoots, then sunflower, radish. I grow rambo radish mainly. And then the kale, red Russian kale, and arugula.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's almost exactly what we started with. The first six.
Yeah, I picked the easiest varieties to start with.
Yes,
And
for
I'm
sure.
now, yeah, thinking of expanding. What would you say, like, which crop should I expand with if I have to start the next one, which is the next popular one or something?
Well, it kind of depends. What's your target? Is it retail, grocery stores, or restaurants and our farmers markets? What's your
Mm,
target going to be?
Started literally like in August, last August.
Yeah.
So get a chance to go to the farmers market. So this summer, I'm planning to get into farmers market.
Okay.
But then I also want to go to retail. Like I haven't gone like any idea, any tips like how to approach would be much better. I've looked at your sheets, I'm getting those sheets ready for the retail. So I haven't contacted any produce manager yet.
Okay.
So once the sheet is ready, probably like
The thing that worked best for us was making up custom blends. So like peas, sunflowers, broccoli.
okay,
Cabbages. Cabbage is a good one as well for retail.
yeah,
And it's a nice purple. The color looks great. But the custom blends is what really helped us stand out and get into a lot of grocery stores. So that's what I
yeah,
would recommend. Come up with custom blends.
started,
So you just take your 5 to 8 items that you're growing and make blends out of them.
yeah. Yeah, that's what I started some custom blends too. I have six types of blends, like
Oh,
this
nice. Yes.
spicy salad, and then some superfood mix, and like I just named them. I have a smoothie blend as well. So
Nice.
yeah, made a couple of mixes as well. But yes, about the mix, I just want to know like what I do right now is I grow them individually and then I mix them. Like um, if it's a 1.5 ounce package, like I'd say the zero point 0.5 ounce of sunflower and then zero point 0.2 ounces of broccoli or then arugula, and I mix them and then package them. So right now it's working because I don't have many clients, but if I'm going to the retail later on, if I'm packing like 50, 60 boxes, do you think that's feasible? Like what other ways are you doing if you have to mix?
Uh, yeah. When we started doing them, we were doing weird, crazy numbers. 0.75 of this and that. I would suggest we do 2 ounce packages. So we will do like 1 ounce of peas, and then we will have a blend. Depending on what it is, we do like an AK blend, we call it. So it's arugula and kale together. So you had just put 1 ounce of that and then 1 ounce of arugula kale mix. So it says 1 and 1. It makes it simple and easy. Nobody has to think about what it's going in there. So that's what I would recommend. Make it simple to train because hopefully eventually you'll need people, to help you. So when we started getting thinking about employees coming on board and stuff, like it was like we need to make this simple. So I was just doing that in the beginning, as close to the beginning as you can be, and make it simple on the blends. But growing, so like we do mixes. So like arugula and kale, we just seed together on a tray together.
Oh,
So that
yeah.
way we just have one crop to cut for that. We don't have to mix that together. And then you just put the peas in the bottom and add that together. So, and that's
Yeah,
our ultimate green mix.
yeah, good to know. That's better. That's what I was thinking. Right now, it works. Like I'm doing the
Yeah,
same thing as you were doing at the beginning. It works. But when I go with the higher packages, I can't sit and mix for each individual packaging, right?
exactly. Yeah, when you start doing, well, like we will do uppers of 100 of each mix, and we got 6 different mixes that we do. So, like, yeah, you got to simplify the process.
Yeah. But again, when you mix, you need to check the growing time for the crops and then mix them together.
Yes.
Another,
Yeah, you
yeah,
couldn't put peas and broccoli together. Broccoli
yeah,
would never grow. The peas would surround it out.
I know.
So
Yeah.
similar items together. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you. Good to know.
Yeah.
I probably have to go to that route maybe later if I
Yeah.
get
The
the
sooner
time.
you can go to it, the better, because then you don't have to change down the road. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And one more thing, if when you're selling for the retail, do you offer them multiple package sizes or just one standard size?
One standard size. Especially grocery store retail stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah, they get one standard package. That's it. You start. And we did that mistake in the beginning. We had like our blends were 3 ounces. Our individuals we had arugula it was 1.5. Some other ones that were 2 ounces and different prices all over the board. Again, just simplify it. Everything's
Mhm.
2 ounce. Everything's the same price. This is what you get, and it balances out across the board for the
Even
different
the
costs of stuff.
individuals, even the individuals will go with 2 ounces?
Yeah, yep.
Yeah. And
It
if
doesn't
it's
confuse the customers. It doesn't confuse the
yeah,
receiving guy, the main people, the company. It just makes everything just a lot more streamlined.
yeah, yeah, that makes sense.
You don't want to confuse them. Like when you're trying to sell to the grocery store and you're trying to get in there, and then there's different prices and everything else, and then they're trying to choose it based on price. We just want to make it simple and easy for them.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. And also the pricing will be the same for all the varieties too, right? Or are you
Well,
going, the pricing, is the pricing different for the individuals or the same pricing across?
same price across the board. Yeah.
Okay.
Because
That's,
when you dive into the numbers, if you get the pricing sheet and you put that stuff together, the cost is going to be your soil and your package and your label. The
mm,
seeds really don't cost that much in reality,
true.
so
Yeah.
that it doesn't really cost you that much difference. Really, you get higher yield with peas and stuff than you do with arugula, whatever, but it all balances out. It really does, and it just makes everything simpler. But that's your main cost is not the seeds. So
Yes, yes, true. That makes sense. Yeah.
welcome in, Royce.
Thank you, sir. How's everybody doing tonight?
Doing good.
Good. Actually, I caught the tail end of that question. I want to ask something else.
Sure.
Do you factor in labor? I mean, I know it's kind of like pennies when you're talking watering, that kind of thing, but do you factor that in when you're doing your estimates?
Yes, it's in our pricing sheet. If you've seen that, it's in there. You should have access to that, Royce. You're in the main community, so in that it has a labor point to it, and
Uh-huh.
we figured up how long it took us to. Now these numbers are from way back. I probably need to redo them just to make sure. We might be even faster, but how much long it took us to plant a tray of peas, how long it took us to harvest it, how long did it take us to package it, and that's the number labor dollars I put in there.
Okay. So I've got, and I do have the spreadsheet. We've gone
Okay.
over it, but and I think we have factored in. We put in, kept it 20. And then the dollar value under each item, we
Mhm.
had it like 10 cents,
Well, it's tenth of an hour.
tenth of an hour. Okay, got it, got it, got it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That threw me for a loop.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. 10 cents is low.
I put in another cost and I was like, whoa, my cost per ounce just went through the roof. That's not right.
No, no, it's yeah, it's based off a tenth of an hour.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. Let me change everything back to where it was.
Sorry about that.
No, no, thank you for the clarification. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Go without formatting. There we go.
I wish it only cost 10 cents of labor for it. That'd be nice.
So another question for you. This is way in the future,
Okay.
uh, but it's something that perplexes me. So I always see everyone as they're leveling up their business and looking at more things for automation. One of them are the what NTF NFT
Mm,
trade. I
yep.
can't remember what they're called.
Yeah. The flood and drain trays.
Yes. So okay. So what perplexes me is um, as the water is flooding up, isn't that saturating the soil too much?
Um, Not, I mean, it depends on your soil. Number one, you have to have the right soil, and you have to dial in how much you need to water it. It's a totally different ball game. You got to dial that in how much it's going to water it. And if you're going to do it, I recommend um, each shelf have its own water input and exit. Don't flood and drain into the next tray. You know,
Gotcha. Hmm.
because the bottom tray is not going to have much water. Kind of thing. So because you're going to need to dial that in on each crop. So
Hmm.
when you like, if you're going to do arugula and peas, you're not going to put arugula and peas on that same flood tray, right? Because
Right. Right.
they're going to take different watering.
Hmm.
So you got to have the space to be able to spread all that stuff out too when you do that. Now that being said, it's probably better to do early than later. Uh,
Hmm.
and so as you expand, you already have that dialed in.
Gotcha.
For us now, we have to do it on 30 racks times five. So it's a big expansion if we do
Uh-huh. Hmm. Well, I've got a ways to go, a long
it.
ways to go.
Well, yeah, it's better to do it now. I do have 42 flood and drain tables
Oh,
in the warehouse. I am going to start experimenting with doing it
hmm.
and try to dial it in per item. And then if we can get it dialed in, I might start going to that. But I'm going to trial before I fully turn the farm over to it.
Yeah, I understand. I mean, that one kind of, I wouldn't say it kept me up at night, but I did roll over and think about
Nice. Yeah, the earlier the better that you get into that. It's probably a smart move. But yeah, that them would be my recommendations if you're going to do it. That's what we will be doing.
Gotcha. Well, I definitely appreciate it, sir.
Yeah.
Everything else has been as you have said, so the advice is well worth it. So
Well,
thank you.
good, good. Glad I'm helping. That's what we're here for, to help.
And I look forward to the 15th because that's exactly what I'm where I am.
Good.
Uh, I unfortunately missed my mark right at the end of the year, going into the beginning of the year to go to the restaurant. I had my grows went extremely well. Um, as we had talked, I had sunflower. Um, oh wait, hold on. I have sunflower, radish. I even made some for like the smoothie mix type of thing. And as you saw from my pictures, I drew some amaranth just for giggles because I've never grown it, and it's the most beautiful microgreen I've ever seen in life.
Nice.
I had like six uh, clamshells of the large clamshells ready to go, and then we had torrential rains. Family issue came up, work issue came up, everything came up, and
Life.
yeah, life, and screwed it up. So I got to do the grow all over again and
Mm,
start.
of course.
Yeah,
Well, it was a learning experience, right?
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. I take it for the win, and um, again, I took your advice on using a slotted tray or a mesh tray
Mesh
rather.
tray. Yep.
I did an experiment. I did one crop of same in mesh, one crop in slotted. I did get a higher yield, like you said, in the mesh. Um, with the we have Coco Loco that's available here, so
Nice.
I haven't moved to the coast of Maine yet, but Coco Loco did
Stay
great.
stay with Coco Loco. Costa Maine is very hard to get.
Yeah.
So Coco Loco is easy to get. They're both pretty similar,
Hmm.
really. So yeah, stay with your Coco Loco until you expand. Yeah.
Gotcha. But both of them gave an amazing yield. It was
Yeah.
unreal when I weighed it out. I was like, this beats the Proxy cheat sheet model. Yes.
Yes.
So
Yeah, Coco Loco's awesome. Costa Maine's great. Coco Loco's awesome. Them if whatever you can get, and if you can get Coco Loco locally, that's what I would stay with.
that's good. But yeah, like I said, I take it for the win. I took
Yeah.
everything to the office and gave away some samples to some staff members. So, we worked out as a win either way it goes.
Awesome.
Now, to buy some.
Yeah.
Royce, if you don't mind, you said you're going to the restaurant or to the chef.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
can you know what varieties are you taking to the chef? Are you going any specialty variety for them?
I am going to stick with two that I grow fairly well. Actually, I'm kind of going to take one of those away. I was taking sunflower
Oh,
and radish.
right.
I'm going to ixnay the sunflower, and I think I'm just going to take in radish.
Yeah.
So it's like a singular item.
Oh,
Um, uh, just from the restaurants I've been looking at and such, I think that they are doing more with garnish rather than flavor profile. So
okay.
I kind of struggled with what would match with sunflower, but everything can be garnished with radish. So
Okay. Ramble.
and that's just for this will be my virgin uh, entry into restaurants. So my first visit, take something I can grow very well, and next visit we can expand and see exactly what they use and go from there.
Oh,
So at least that was my train of thought.
mhm.
Mike, what do you think? Because you told me to do it.
100% agree with that.
That's nice. Yeah. Thank you. And
I
Mike,
agree with my advice.
yeah. Do you have any input, Mike, on the chefs? Like if we have to go, like which varieties do we have to take in first or anything like that?
It's going to be different for whichever restaurant you're visiting. If the best thing to do is to research the restaurants that you're going to go to, and if you're growing that crop that they're using, or one of them crops, make sure you at least bring one of them, and maybe something they're not, and they might like. They just don't have an option to get it. But you do research on their menu and be like, hey, I got this blah 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 item. I think it'd go great with your whatever item. And I
Oh,
see that you're already using it. Where are you getting it from? And
oh,
usually they'll tell you.
yeah. Okay, good
And
to
if it's
know.
from the distributor, you definitely can win on local on that end. If it's from a local, maybe you can win on quality.
Yeah, that's true. Yep. That's what I'm focusing on right now, the quality, so I can win over others. Right.
Yep, yep. Got to have the quality, especially with chefs.
Yeah. Um,
Yeah, so yeah, just it's going to depend on each restaurant. It's going to be different. You can always take your standard pea sunflowers, and then maybe if they're using cabbage or radishes or something with color.
okay. Yeah.
That's
So
the approach I took was the color.
yeah,
Yeah. Thank you.
yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
And just correct me if I'm wrong. I still have cold feet on it, but find the back door and just knock, right?
I don't even knock.
You just walk in.
Just walk in. Just walk in and ask, where's the chef at? I got his sample of microgreens here.
Okay, sounds good.
They're
Oh,
99.9% of the time going to point you to the chef.
sounds good. You do have bail money saved up, right?
I can guarantee. Now, I will 99.9% guarantee that you will not get arrested for doing that.
Awesome. Thank you, sir.
Yes, but we have had Sydney. She started out one of the students. She started out. She went through the front door. Or Lorena, I'm sorry. Sydney went through the back door, and she's got like 12 restaurants now. So Lorena went through the front door. She didn't feel comfortable, and she's got a couple of restaurants going and doing that away. So you also have to be comfortable. You don't want to be nervous when you're trying to talk to them and walking through the back door either. So
Gotcha. Sounds good. Thank you.
yep.
Well,
All
this
right.
was a call for me. I'm tapping off. to go spend time with the family. But thanks, Mike.
Yep.
So much pleasure meeting you, ma'am. Happy New Year to you
Thank
both.
you.
And Mike,
Thank you, Royce.
exactly what you're doing. It's awesome, sir. It's a big help.
Thank you, Royce. I appreciate that.
Absolutely. Take care, guys.
You too. And I'm getting ready to get off here as well because we're at 6 o'clock. But I always do offer for anybody who's on these calls, if they're not part of the membership with You're Not Sue Me, a special price. So I just turned it on. It is no obligation here. I just always like to make an offer to people because to help them out. But normally we're at $3.99 a year, and I turned on $2.99 a year. If you're interested in taking advantage of that, if you're not ready yet, I understand as well, and we can still be helping you in the profit group as well.
Thank you, Mike.
All right. I will have that live for about an hour for you if you decide. Other than that, I appreciate talking to you. I really enjoyed it. Great to meet you, and hope to connect more.
Yeah, thank you, Mike.
Have a great night.
You too.
Bye.